Different aspects and definition of religion. Etymological meaning. Second, according to traditional Western philosophers. Third, from holistic point of view. Four, according to Marx, Sigmund Freud, etc. Number five, from the point of Indian tradition. Number first, the term religion is derived from religare. It means to bind up, to connect together, to fasten, to moor. From this point of view, religion would have mean originally what binds us, holds us back. There are three dimensions aspects of his connection. Number one, to connect people to people. Second, to connect in internal aspects, soul to external aspect, physical aspect. Third, to connect finite human being to infinite God. If we accept first and second aspects, we will find that Jainism and Buddhism are also form of religion. But if we accept the third aspects as the central point of being religion, then the notion of Jainism and Buddhism as a form of religion become problematic, reciprocal. Second, traditional Western philosophers have accepted the third meaning of this term religion. For, for them, religion cannot happen without God. They have defined religion in such a way where God is necessary. For example, according to George Galloway, religion is man's faith in a power beyond himself, whereby he seeks to satisfy emotional needs and gain stability of life, and which he expresses in act of worship and service. According to Martiman, religion is a belief in an ever living God. There is a divine mind and will ruling the universe and holding moral relations with mankind. Because there is no God or a power beyond man or an ever living God is accepted in Jainism or Buddhism. That is why these philosophers say that Jainism and Buddhism are not form of religion, but they are ethical systems. Third, in holistic manner, religion is such a way either God is the apex or some sort of other spiritual aim in place of God. For example, Kaivalya in Jainism and Nirvana in Buddhism. In this sense, both Jainism and Buddhism can be accepted as form of religion. Number four, Marx defines religion as opium characteristics. Here, religion satisfies poor in that condition in which they are living. Due to religion, the poor become unable to know the real cause of their sufferings. According to Sigmund Freud, religion is a mental disorder. Difference between dharma and religion from Indian point of view. Dharma is derived from the Sanskrit root dhri, dharma to support, and is defined as follows in the Mahabharata: Dharanat Dharanam Ityuh. It is it is the all supporting principles making for eternity and harmony in every context. The term dharma indicates or used in the sense of ethical values, moral duties, universal virtues, rightful actions, etc. In the word of P.V. Kane, dharma is not a creed or religion but a mode of life of a code of conduct which regulates a man's works and activities as a member of society and as an individual and was intended to bring about the gradual development of a man and to enable him to reach what was deemed to be the goal of human existence. According to Gita, each individual has its specified duty, Varna Dharma in the society. Dharma as duty in is the Swadharma of the individual according to his stage of life and status in society. It is specific for every individual, where religion is concerned mostly with the supernatural matters, dharma is concerned also with this worldly prosperity. It is said, Yato abhyuday निःश्रेयस सिद्धिश्च dharma, Vaisesic darshan, meaning which gives both the prosperity in the world and spiritual upliftment is dharma. In other words, dharma is that which leads to man's material well-being, abhyuday, as well as spiritual freedom, nishreyas. On this view, to pursue the purushartha, dharma, arth, kam, and moksha is to do one's dharma. Grounds. Number first, there are four purushartha accepted by Indian tradition. Number one, dharma, social and ethical values. Artha, we should earn money through following such duties. Kama, worldly pleasure. Moksha, highest spiritual value. Taittiriya Upanishad said, "Speak the truth, speak the truth, satyam vad, practice virtue, dharmam chara." One should not be negligent of truth, one should not be negligent of virtue, one should not be negligent of welfare, one should not be negligent of prosperity. Manu defines dharma characteristics: ahimsa, truthfulness, no wrongful taking of another's possessions, purity, and restraint of sense are, in a brief, the common dharmas of all varnas. In Gita, Lord Krishna says that यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Whenever and wherever there is a decay of righteousness, O Bharata, and a rise of unrighteousness, then I manifest myself. Here, dharma means perform one's own duty, social and moral values, etc. Bharthari says that a person who is devoid of religion is life and an anim- Bharthari says that a person who is devoid of religion is like an animal. Dharma distinguishes between man and animal. Dharma is basis of all values. It represents the moral laws in human society. Gandhis always say that politics should be guided and regulated by dharma. According to him, politics bereft of religion are absolute dirt, ever to be shunned. The term Panth Nirpeksha is used as the Hindi translation of secularism, not Dharma Nirpeksha in our preamble. Here, Panth Nirpeksha means separation of politics from religion. On the above ground, we can say that Jainism and Buddhism are also form of religion in broad sense. In broad sense, religion can be defined as the human belief and practices regarding the sacred, numinous, spiritual, and divine. Philosophy of religion. The proper function of the philosophy of religion is to study religious beliefs in an open minded, impartial spirit. Its posture is neither acceptance nor rejection of the claims of any particular religion. The philosophical task is primarily one of criticism in the sense of careful analysis and evolution. Philosophical thinking about religion is called philosophy of religion. It is an attempt to find the truth about religion in its relation to life and to organize that knowledge into a systematic whole. It is an intellectual and logical interpretation of religious experience. It is an inquiry into the general subject of religion from the philosophical point of view, as if an inquiry employing the accepted tools of critical analysis and evaluation without a predisposition to defend or reject the claims of any particular religion. It is an antidote to all the dogmatism, irrationalism, and superstitions in religion. Philosophical thought is always rational and very deeply intellectual. It is a rational analysis of religious experience, all its problems. God, faith, worship, prayer, tradition, revelation, and immorality are the determining factor of the religious experience. However, religious experience cannot be explained by intellect without the use of figures, symbols, and analogies. The philosophy of religion is not an organ of religious teaching. Religious practices, rituals, worship, prayers, etc., need not be undertaken from the standpoint of philosophy of religion. All these are the activities of religion, like the religious teaching, but in philosophy of religion, we have to observe the philosophical aspect of all these organs of life, of the organs of religion. But the philosophy of religion is not a branch of theology, the theory of religious belief, but a branch of philosophy. However, it studies the concepts, propositions, and arguments of theologian. In other words, it studies the concepts and belief systems of the religions as well as the prior phenomena of religious experience and the activities of worship and meditation on which these belief systems rest and out of which they have arisen. Philosophy of religion is thus a second order, actively standing apart from its subject matter. It is not itself a part of the religious realm, but it is related to it. According to Galloway, the relation of the philosophy of religion to philosophy is rather one of interaction and cooperation than of a complete logical dependence. In practice, at all events, that is, this is so, and it cannot be otherwise, since the idea of a complete philosophical system remains ideal. In the final and constructive effort, the philosophy of religion merges in philosophy in general. For the truth of religion cannot be essentially different from the truth as the objects of the philosophical inquiry generally. Definitions of philosophy of religion. According to Brightman, philosophy of religion is an attempt to discover by rational interpretation of religion and its relation to other type of experiences the truth of religious belief and the value of religious attitude and practices. According to D.M. Edwards, philosophy of religion is a philosophical inquiry into the nature, function, value, and truth of religious experience and into the adequacy of religion as an expression of the nature of ultimate reality. Relation between theology and philosophy of religion. Theology concerns the knowledge of God. It is the study of the divine. Theos means God, logos, science, or reasoned discourse. Theology offers explanation of the nature of God, the creation and development of the world, and the origin of man. It occupies a medi- medi- mediating position with, between faith on the one hand and reason on the either. Theology is an interpretation of religious experiences in terms of current concepts. However, the intellectual clarifications is made in the interest of one's religious commitment, corresponding to various religions that are a number of theologies with their different assumptions. Galloway has defined theology as a system which is created to religious belief and principle which have been deployed by form various historical religions like Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, etc. Thus, theology is the systematic formulation of religious beliefs and principles. Its aim is to establish the truth of a particular religion, directed and activated by its theology. Theology believes in religious books and scriptures and is based on the faith and respect of these scriptures. It does not question its validity. Theology also presents solutions to the criticism raised against a particular religion. Historically, all the religions have divisions within itself, and hence they have different theologies also within. For example, in Hinduism we have Shiva, Vaishnava, Shaktas. In Islam we have Shia and Sunni. In Christianity, Catholics and Protestant theologies. Theology is thus the study of God or divine. There are two different kind of theology: revealed theology and natural theology. Revealed theology provides a supernatural knowledge of God. On the other hand, philosophical or natural theology ascends to the ascends to a natural knowledge of God by way of the unaided intellect. Number one, the philosophy of religion is not tied to a particular religion or sect, but takes for its province religion as such religion as universal in human experiences. Theologians are chiefly interested in the study of the particular religion to which they adhere and the beliefs connected with it, such as Christianity, Judaism, while the philosophy of religion condemns itself impartially with the more general principles that apply to all and many religions. The difference between theology and religious philosophy is one of more degree only, and one lays greater stress on faith, the other on reason. But reason cannot work without faith, and faith has its proper ally in reason. Hence, it is right to insist that any speculative treatment of the theological doctrine belongs to the province of the religious philosophy and must be judged as such. Number four, in the philosophy of religion, thinking is not only being done by a believer of a religion, rather, all the men of faith, theists, atheists, and agnostics, are free to cast their thought on religious problems, and for sure they shall be included in the philosophy of religion, whereas theology is used with a particular religion and its principles, which is related and based on the text or the religion text and scriptures. Philosophy of religion is generally considered to be more comprehensive than theology. It is the philosophical study of religion, irrespective of the fact whether it is theistic or not. It also pertains to include atheist quest and queries and philosophical thought within its purview. While theology is simply the study of God, the study of divine, the non-theistic religions are excluded from the sphere of realm of theology. It is also argued that philosophy of religion is not a part of theology but of philosophy. It studies the concept and prepositions of theology and the reasons of theologians. It is also concerned with prior religious experiences and the nature and activity of worship upon which theology ultimately rests and out of which it does arises. Hence, whereas philosophy of religion is a second order activity, theology is a first order activity. It is argued that philosophy of religion lies in between philosophy and theology. As a matter of fact, philosophy of religion is the rational criticism and evaluation of religion, and the material is provided by theology, while theology for its own material depends upon some particular religion. Philosophy of number 8, philosophy of religion and theology are often being used as interchangeable terms. However, there is a strong objection against this. Philosophy of religion uses various methods and techniques to critically examine and analyze religion, while theology uses the same in order to count the implications of the theological doctrines. Thus, in a certain circle, theology becomes the subject matter for the philosophy of religion. Problems of theology. Number one, knowledge of God. Number two, immortality, immortality of soul. Number three, faith and power. Number four, human reason and religious knowledge. Number five, evil. Number six, utility of God. Number seven, nature and value of religion. Number eight, relation between religion and morality. Number nine, prayer and worship. Number 10, revelation and mysticism. Difference between religion and philosophy of religion. Number one, religion. It is based on faith and belief. It explains its subject matter from narrow point of view. It is a biased as well as partial approach. It is a first order inquiry action. Here beliefs are accepted without any further investigation. Religion is basically related with theistic religion. It is limited in its scope because every religion is limited to its domain. Here, traditional religious concepts are protected even though they are against modern concepts. It emphasis on practicality. Philosophy of religion. It is based on reason and intellect. It follows comprehensive approach, neutral approach. It is a second order inquiry action regarding God, soul, liberation. We get information first in religions which are based on faith and belief. So we re-inquire those subject matters in philosophy of religion from logical, comprehensive and rational point of view. Here belief are justified. Beliefs should have some logical ground. We not only explains theism but atheism also. It is wider in scope. We try to eliminate those things from the domain of the religion. It has theoretical explanation. Although philosophy of religion is different from religion, but from the point of view of subject matter, philosophy of religion is dependent upon religion, and for its preferredness, religion depends upon philosophy of religion. We can say that contem- both are complementary to each other. Difference between theology and philosophy of religion. Theology. The approach is narrow and based and biased. Areas or scope is limited to its own religion. Faith and beliefs plays important role. Accepted beliefs, first order inquiry. Number second, philosophy of religion, holistic and neutral. Wider difference religions are discussed. Reason and intellect dominates. Justified beliefs, second order inquiry. Nature and scope of philosophy of religion. Philosophy of religion is generally committed to reason and rationalism. Aristotle originally suggests that man is a rational animal and it is thus rationality that makes him different from animals. Philosophy of religion is more an affair of head than the heart. Heart is the place for faith, emotion, and feeling, but head is for knowledge, understanding, and reason. It is logical and rational analysis of religious phenomena. A rational religion is more philosophical in its approach than the infra rational aspects. Instinct, impulse, sensation, crude emotion, etc. Reason can very well help us to reject superstitions and blind belief from the religion. Thus, it plays an important role in the field of philosophy of religion. Philosophy of religion must be based on religious experiences. The faith, feeling, and the emotional attachment of religion cannot be described its experience because the mystical part of religion is ineffable and inexpressible. Religious experiences can be stated and verified through symbols, figures, and visions. However, the religious experiences of different religions are included in the study of philosophy of religion. Philosophy of religion must cover the study of some major religions such as Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Islam, Scientoism, etc. It must also study primitive religions such as animism, animation, animatism,
Okay, I found
naturalism.
this on the web for Christianity, Islam, Santos, etc. It must also study.
The philosophy of religion must find a synthesis of different religions. The philosophy of religion is always based on philosophical foundations, with way of life and a form of life which refers to prospects, position, knowledge, and creation of one's life. The philosophy of religion is based on idealism as the fundamental principle of knowledge. It emphasizes on ideas and explains the spiritual aspect of the universe. Philosophy of religion involves the epistemological and ontological problems of the world. It observes the nature of religious knowledge and examine the nature of ultimate reality. It seeks it seeks to analyze concepts such as God, liberation, worship, prayer, creation, eternal life, customs, beliefs. Hence, we have to study the philosophical aspect of all these concepts, the different theories of God in relation to its problems of existence and its relation to the world became its scope and ground of observations. In the philosophy of religion, the value of man become the object of philosophical inquiry. The proper study of mankind is man, and the study of man can never be complete unless it includes the study of religion. Thank you.